Hello friends, this is my 18th lecture in Signal System series. My name is Nishtha Verma. The topic which I am going to cover in this lecture will be the complex exponential Fourier series and the numerical based on it. So first, the concept of complex exponential series. We should know that if any trigonometric Fourier series is there, that can also be represented in the form of a complex exponential Fourier series also. So here only, if we see the formula, here only one coefficient is present, which we need to calculate in case of complex exponential series. So complex exponential series is quite easy as compared to trigonometric Fourier series. If we try to compare the trigonometric and complex Fourier series, we will find that if we expand the complex exponential series in form and we try to change it into trigonometric form, we will see that we can compare the series very easily. So an value will be equal to cn plus c minus n, and bn value is equal to cn minus cn, and c naught value will be equal to a naught by 2. So basically I'm going to focus more on the numerical part. So if suppose one signal is given to us and we need to find Cn, the complex exponential coefficient. So what we will do here, we can see that the signal time period is t naught from here to here, and we know that Cn value is nothing but 1 by t naught integration for the time period xt multiplied by e to the power minus j n omega naught t dt. So here the time period is t naught only, so 1 upon t naught, and the signal is present from minus tau by 2 to tau by 2, so it becomes minus tau by 2 to tau by 2, and signal is a naught multiplied by e to the power minus j n omega naught t dt. So if we try to integrate it, we will get a naught by t naught over here, and integration of e minus j n omega naught t will be denominator j n omega naught will come with limits minus tau by 2 to tau by 2. So we got a naught by t naught with limit e to the power minus j n omega naught t upon minus j n omega naught with limit minus tau by 2 to tau by 2. So if we take the common, a naught j n omega naught t naught, and it will become e minus j n omega naught tau by 2 minus e to the power, it minus minus plus will become j n omega naught tau by 2. So if we suppose we suppose that n omega naught tau by 2 is equal to x, so our equation will become little simplified. Minus, if we take common, j n omega naught t naught, it become e to the power jx minus e minus jx. We know the sign formula. For sign formula, e to the power jx minus e minus jx, if we multiply it by 2 and divide by 2 and j will take common inside, so it will become n omega naught t naught, it become sin x multiplied by 2, or we can say that a naught n omega naught t naught, and in place of x we will again place sin n omega naught tau by 2 with 2 is multiplied with it. So if we want to change it into sinc function, we should have the same value over here. So we will find that n omega naught t naught, if we multiply n omega naught tau by 2 over here, 2 is here, so sin n omega naught tau by 2, this function we are dividing, so same function should come in the numerator also, n by 2. So this is a sinc function. We will see that nn will cancel out, omega naught will be cancelled out, and 2 will be cancelled out. So finally we will get a naught tau by t naught with sinc function n omega naught tau by 2. So this is our Cn value. So now next question is, the signal xt has a period equal to 1 and the following Fourier coefficient is given. They are asking for xt. We know that for if Cn is already given, and so xt equation is nothing but summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn multiplied by e to the power j n omega naught t. Here it is time period is given 1, so omega naught will nothing but 2 pi by t naught. So when t naught is 1, it becomes 2 pi only. So when we put the value, we will get, because n equal to greater than equal to 0 value is this one, otherwise it is 0. So we will take n equal to 0 to infinity as minus 1 by 3 n, and here e to the power j n 2 pi t. So we know that the series formula, if you remember, n equal to 0 to infinity is there, an coefficient is there, the series value is 1 upon 1 minus a. The same thing we will apply over here. Nn is present over here, so we can take common. So it will become 1 upon 1 plus 1 by 3 e to the power j 2 pi t. This is our xt. So we can check here. Yeah, this B option is correct option. Now again the next numerical is the Fourier series representation of impulse response train denoted by st. This impulse signal is given to us and they are asking for the different values. First of all, in this numerical, what we will do, we are trying to plot st, or we can say that xt, it is same. So if we try to put n equal to 0, then impulse function will come at t equal to 0. If we put 1, so we can see that two impulse will present at t naught and minus t naught. If n equal to 2, it become 2 t naught and minus 2 t naught. In this way the different signal will present. If we take for one time period only, suppose from minus t naught by 2 to t naught by 2. So if we calculate the value of Cn, as the time period is t naught only, so 1 by t naught, the limit will be from minus t naught by 2 to t naught by 2, and delta t, only one function is present, multiplied by e to the power minus j n omega naught t dt. We know that when delta t function is multiplied by some function, then we have to place the value whatever shifting is there. So here no shifting is there, so we will place e to the power 0, so it becomes 1. So we will see that we will get minus t naught by 2 to t naught by 2 with delta t into dt, because e to the power 0 will become 1 only. So we also know that if we integrate this, its value is also equal to 1. So our value will be equal to 1 by t naught, Cn value. So xt signal, we know that xt signal is nothing but summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn e to the power j n omega naught t. So here when we place the value, we will get 1 by t naught, as we have already calculated, n to minus infinity to infinity e to the power j n. Instead of omega naught, we can place 2 pi by t naught into t. So we will get D option. In this numerical given, let xt be the periodic function with time period t10. The Fourier series coefficient for this signal is ak. And they are saying that if they are increasing the time period t dash is 40, then they are asking what the coefficient value will be. One property we should always know about Fourier series is that if xt signal is there and its coefficient is ak, And in the same case, if we do scaling, suppose alpha t, then the value of coefficient will not change, coefficient will always remain same. So here they are changing the time period, t equal to 10 to t equal to 40, but the value should not change according to the property. So the answer will be 16 only, C option. We need not to check it again, because this numerical is based on this property only, so we can directly correct the C option. Now next numerical is the, let the xt be the continuous time periodic signal with fundamental time period t equal to 1, and ak is the coefficient, and they are saying that if xt become x3t, so first statement is the complex Fourier series coefficient x3t, ak will be, so obviously we just have seen that if signal is get scaled, still the coefficient should remain same. So here they are saying second option x3t is equal to 3ak, so it is not correct, so first option will be correct. And in next case, they are saying the fundamental angular frequency will be x3t is 6 pi. See, in case of angular frequency, yeah, angular frequency changes, but the Fourier coefficient doesn't change. So for xt, they are saying that time period is 1. So definitely omega will be 2 pi only. So if x2t will 3t will be there, so omega naught will be multiplied by 3, that is 6 pi. So in this case, these two options are correct. So we can say that B is the right choice. The topic which I am going to cover in next lecture will be the introduction of Fourier transform. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.